Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's NEET 2022 Information Series. The All India Counseling registration has started today, that is September 15th, and there are a lot of queries on the registration and based on the quotas that one is for. There are a lot of queries based on what will be the institute fee payment, whether that is adjusted against registration, what is the security deposit. etc. To clarify all those queries in the video, we've also got another video on the registration process. If you're interested in that, you can also have a look at that. The All India Counseling 2022 fee payments for registration is only what you see over here. Others does not include any fee payment for institute tuition fee for the first year. That will happen only after allotment. That has nothing to do with this amount. So there are four categories basically: All India quota, NBEMS DNB quota. NBEMS DNB is the DNB or NBE seats, and then you have deemed quota, which is deemed universities, 42 deemed, and you also have AFMS, for which the registration is through MCC and the counseling happens at AFMS. In case you're interested, select AFMS while registering for the MCC counseling, and this list of candidates who are registered in under MCC will only be eligible for AFMS counseling, which happens after round one of all. Now, depending upon the quota that you select, the seats that you're interested in, and the category, there might be a difference in registration fee that you need to pay. And the registration fee is split as non-refundable registration fee, and there is a refundable security deposit in addition to that you we'll come to what is the difference at a later point of time. We'll just list down what is the total amount that we pay. If you are selecting All India quota is all government seats which come under All India Council. If you're selecting All India quota, which is 50% of state government seats, and in that case, you will pay, if you are an UR or EWS candidate, 3,000 as a registration fee, which is not refundable, and 25,000 as a total 26,000. You will have to pay one shot through a payment date. And if you are registering for DNB quota alone, you are interested only in not an LPMS, you get only LP or LP. You will still pay 1,000 rupees non-refundable registration fee plus 25,000. If you select both, still it will be the same amount of 26,000. So we always suggest that whether or not you are interested now, select both AAQ or DNB and DNB both. You will pay 26,000 if you are UR or EWS, and later decide whether to fill in choices or not at a later point. Or whether if you are not interested, you just don't fill in choices, but have that options open at any point. Second, if you are an SC, ST or OBC PWD candidate, for the same combination, whether it is AAQ alone or DNB alone or both, if you select, you will pay 10,000 rupees as security deposit. The refundable registration 500, totaling 10,500. The total pay. You have to pay in one go through the payment. If you are selecting 1D deal, let's say you are selecting one, and you belong to any category, doesn't matter. You will pay a 2 lakh refundable security deposit, non-refundable 2 lakh refundable security deposit, and a 5,000 rupees not. Total into 2 lakh 5. Let's say you select DEEM, and you also want to opt for AAQ or DNB or both AAQ and DNB. The fee remains the same. Once you select DEEM, it is always 2 lakh 5,000 total that you pay, of which 2 lakh is a security. Now, over and above this, you can select AFMS. Let's say you add on AFMS as a quota to any of this, you will still pay the same. So if you're undecided on AFMS whether you want to attend, just add on AFMS to select priority 5 if you are a civilian candidate. Then you will be able to make the payment, exactly the same payment, and then decide on whether to go for AFMS counseling or not at a later point. Now, there's some categories like priority 1, 2, 3, AFMS officers, foreign sponsored candidates, paramilitary sponsored candidates, those who have completed short service candidates, who are from AFMS. Those candidates may select only AFMS. This is only for those candidates, priority 1, 2, 3, etc. or 4. If they select only AFMS and they are not interested in any other seat, then they pay only 1,000. For the rest of the civilian candidates, usually who are looking at any of these seats, this is not applicable. This is for other priority candidates. Now, what is a refundable security deposit? It is a deposit which is taken so that you make the right choices during counseling. You don't fill in choices casually. This is for all candidates. Now, when will the security deposit be refunded? We look at when it will not be refunded so that it is very clear for you. There are only three scenarios when it will not be refunded. One, you are allotted a seat in All India Round 2, a fresh seat in All India Round 2, or an upgraded seat in All India, and you don't join. In that case, this amount is not refunded. Similarly, if you're allotted a seat in All India Mop-Up and you don't join, then this amount is not refunded. And if you allotted a seat in All India pay vacancy and you don't join, then this amount is not refunded. You will not get any refund at all. But in all other scenarios, you will get this amount refunded to your bank account or the credit card or debit card which you for pay. Candidates who did MBBS from central universities, when you're selecting university or college, if your college is listed there, for most of the other candidates, it will be others, and you would select you'll type down your institute or university name, college or university name. For candidates who are from central universities, to select those institutes because you have done your MBBS, you will have additional options of your internal quota. So for other candidates, this is not relevant. This will be visible only for candidates who are from those MBBS institutes which are available in the list. The others don't need to worry about. The amount will be the same for those MBBS candidates. There will be no addition to whatever. Note that the security deposit paid will not be adjusted against the fee. This is a completely different thing between you and MCC. The tuition fee is between you and the institute. Both are distinct. One query that often comes up: can I register for All India quota now and then add on deemed later? Yes, you can register for one particular quota now, and then in round two there was a reset option available last year where you will be able to add on deemed by paying the difference simply. So basically 20,000, if you're registered at 26,000, you pay the difference between 2,05,000 and 26,000 in round two by resetting or unlocking your registration, and you will be eligible for deemed in round two or mop-up at a later. This was available last year. We're not sure whether it will be available, but expected to be available. And take it on. If you still want to be on the safer side, you always right from round one. Apply for all the quotas that you're looking at and choose only or fill in choices only that you're. The next part is on this deposit refund. The payment mode. The payment mode can be either net banking, credit card, or debit card, or UPI through the payment gateway that is provided. For deemed UPI is not possible because of the limit of 1 lakh. Deemed you have to pay through either net banking, credit card, or check the transaction limit. If the transaction limit is lesser in your credit card or debit card, increase it either online through your banking login or connect with your bank to change the transaction limit. The net banking usually doesn't have a transaction check on that part. And note that there might be internet connectivity issues at your end if you're using a mobile. Better to use always a laptop or a tablet. Always we suggest using a laptop with Wi-Fi internet connection. There is also an issue as far as the first 2 days are concerned. There will be transaction confirmation related issues because of those. In that case, there is a failure. Wait for at least 5 to 6 hours or till the end of the day. And if the transaction still doesn't reflect, go ahead and make the payment again. Your first payment. Next option, the next important thing is don't need to rush on to register on day one. Even if you register on day 3, day 4, you will be allotted as per the rank. So don't need to register on rush to register on day one. Wait till you get all queries clarified and then register. This will avoid any transaction failures to do this. Last part, the All India security deposit, refund of security deposit. There is no adjustment to the full first year your security deposit paid, whatever 2 lakhs or 25,000 or 10,000 will not be adjusted against. The refund of security deposit for all eligible candidates will be done 4 months from today's timeline when you register. So by the end of November, the council expected to post, and it's another back to the same account. No changes are possible. And as far as credit, you'll have to keep your account open. Don't close your account. And if you see a friend or relatives card, you'll have to rely on them for getting transfer. Credit card, if you're using a credit card, note that let's say you're paying 2,05,000 for Dean's University, then you'll have to pay the bill in this cycle, and then get a refund. Your refund will a credit that is available that in your account, and you will either have to spend it or withdraw it. Any questions or queries? Look at the info. for queries from you have you can connect with them, but this is required only at the point. Okay. What we have discussed till now is the complete security deposit part. It has nothing to do with the fee payment. I let you know. Payment. What is based on the institute level. Full first year fee has to be paid again. Other charges may be paid. There might be caution for profit that related to the process of so excellent for your travel. Don't expect any leniency assuming that it will allow you to pay 50% for the water loan. Check with the dean position to travel. If you're taking a loan, that's for whatever mode of payment, articles or any of your deeds allowed. Okay. During some state government cash it along but very simple. We also mentioned one more thing regarding DNB payment. As far as DNB is concerned, the fee payment needs to be done to the NBE directly. 1,25,000 needs to be paid after you are allotted. NBE will transfer it to the institute later upon the student for you. To NBE direct. Last part, refund of all India round one. In case you are joining a first all India round one, you make the fee payment of let's say 20 30 lakhs in the round one. And then you move on to get upgraded in all India round two to another DMD. What will be required is for you to pay the in round two institute directly at round two. You will have to make the payment. There will be no transfer from the round one institute. So you will have to check with the All India Round One Institute at the time of joining on how much time it will take for refund of the round one paid tuition fee after you get your allotment, an upgraded allotment in round. So if it is beyond say 7 days or 8 days, then you will have to plan for an additional amount for payment in round two for the fee for round two allotment, and you will get your refund from round one institute. You may not be able to one for refund for payment. Hope this clarifies most of the queries. In case you have any queries, please comment. We will just share more information on that. There is also another video. The links are available in the all the best. Hope the registration process is good and the price is possible. And we get this.